atop a hill, and the distance some would say it was a fire, others cursed spirits or an ancient god. Whatever it was, they say the bright light amid those fantastic streams bunching, the macabre scene would suddenly stop, just as it had begun out of nowhere, never to be seen again in days to come. The interval between those horrible nights became longer and longer until they soon faded into oblivion. The tribe apparently had retreated back into obscurity until now. They were later known as the Dalmar. Rather more scientific name, although none of the people I spoke with could possibly remember its origin. I find it extremely surprising that nobody has ever heard about this tribe, with the exception of a few townspeople. They must be incredibly rare, and judging by the stories passed on from generation in town, very old. Oh boy. February 27th. I will confess that I've become nearly obsessed with this strange tribe. I see them as the most prized goal of my appreciation towards all South African things. A dangerous yet irresistible reward I feel as they were my discovery. I simply have to study them before leaving. I fear I won't have a chance to ever again. It has become an important goal of mine, even more important than finishing the bridge. March 4th. Finally I have managed to see them. My God, what a disturbing spectacle. When we arrived, they were moving around the village very slowly, without speaking or communicating with each other, each minding his or her own business, completely alien to the rest of the world. They were filthy looking, coarse and downright disturbing, disgusting. I couldn't see any weapons, but they could have been stored somewhere. It was all very strange behavior in their tribe. They must be quite unique. They're zombies! Sound like it. Then, as if they had suddenly become possessed by some wild spirit, they began shaking spasmodically and screaming like mad. Some of them dropped to their knees and lifted their hands to the sky, eyes blank and moaning in an indescribable way. Oh my God, they are zombies! Two of them walked away, still in that monotone and slow manner, and in great contrast to the rest of the scene, into a shack. The next minute they brought into the open odd-looking mask. Its shapes, colors, and overall looks, while unsettling, were mesmerizing, and I felt instantly hypnotized by it. It rendered my modest collection of curiosities into a dull and uninteresting items. The mask was very ominous, and the whole tribe seemed to greatly fear it. Soon they began to gather around it and move in circles, fluttering and chanting a guttural psalm. Judging by the motions and aspects of the whole ritual, it must have been some kind of war ritual. Oh my God, how much more do I need to read? I'm not sure how to explain what happened next, as I feel my pulse is already throbbing. Words fail me to recount the most disturbing thing I've ever witnessed. One of the male villagers walked into the middle near the mask by his own will. It was an almost automatic act. All of a sudden, the remaining members became silent. I can't tell for how long it lasted, but I was afraid to breathe. I think Dalby and the others were also scared. They wouldn't even blink. I remember being soaking wet and expectant. The silence was so unnatural. Then a few members separated from the people circling the mask and jumped on the single villager, beating him to death. Ugh. To be completely faithful to the event, the small crowd tore him apart. Oh my God, they tore him apart. They grabbed his legs in twos and threes and twisted them in a manner that I dare not describe. His face was disfigured with their bare fingernails and teeth, and the torso soon disappeared under a frenzied tangle of hands. In a matter of a few minutes, the villagers, stern and a red sack of bones, not one of the Tex had the compassion to snap his neck. During the sinking process, I was very methodical, as if it was just another mundane task. Oh, there are zombies! The most terrifying aspect, though, was that the victim didn't even cringe. The silence was so deep I could hear his flesh ripping, and I would expect any living creature to scream his guts out in such a condition. I can't tell whether he was drugged or half asleep, but I did recognize him dancing like everybody else before walking to the middle of the circle. It was the most outrageous and sadistic sacrifice I've ever heard of. I don't think I will ever forget what I saw. My intentions of approaching them further, even if they didn't have any weapons at hand, vanished. Those creatures, I dare not call them human beings, could have killed my whole company in the blink of an eye with their rage. They seemed to be completely out of themselves and willing to destroy anything, including their path. While the images of the sacrifice still haunt my thought, I still can't seem to forget that mask. It was so deceptive, simple, and yet perfect in its design. I haven't seen anything like it. I surely would love to take a better look. I feel no matter how dangerous they are, it could be the most important technical finding in decades. What I've witnessed today is crying for some further investigation. I just can't leave them like that. I would never forgive myself. And that mask. That mask. Is that the mask? The journal material was incredible. Dude, I almost lost my voice reading that material. Bloody heck. Oh. It was locked. Was it really?